Hey there, fellow Canadians and travel enthusiasts. Imagine stepping off a plane, and instead of feeling like a stranger in a strange land, you're greeted with open arms, familiar smiles, and maybe even a, "How's it going, eh?" Sounds too good to be true? Well, buckle up, because I'm about to take you on a whirlwind tour of 10 countries where your Canadian passport is practically a VIP ticket to instant friendships, easy living, and adventures that'll make your Instagram followers green with envy. From stunning landscapes that'll remind you of home to cultures that mesh perfectly with our laid-back attitude, these destinations are practically begging for a Canadian invasion. We're talking about places where your sorry is appreciated, your love for nature is shared, and your craving for good beer and even better company is satisfied. So grab your toque, pack your manners, and let's explore the world that's ready to welcome us with open arms. Whether you're looking for a quick getaway, a gap year adventure, or a place to plant some roots, these countries will have you feeling right at home faster than you can say, double. First up on our list, we're heading down under, no, not that under, the other under. New Zealand, or as I like to call it, Canada with more sheep and fewer moose. Kiwis welcome Canadians with open arms, offering visa-free travel for up to 6 months. That's half a year to explore this Middle-earth paradise. But the similarities don't stop at the stunning landscapes that'll have you doing a double take, wondering if you accidentally landed back in Banff. New Zealand shares our laid-back culture and love for the outdoors. Whether you're into hiking, skiing, or just enjoying a good craft beer with a view, you'll feel right at home. Plus, they drive on the left side of the road, which is perfect for Canadians looking to spice up their daily commute. And let's not forget the accent. Sure, it's not quite the same as ours, but after a few weeks, you'll find yourself saying "sweet as" and wondering why we don't have more pavlova back home. The Kiwi sense of humor is also right up our alley, self-deprecating, witty, and always ready for a good laugh. For the adventure seekers among us, New Zealand offers everything from bungee jumping and skydiving to glacier hiking and whale watching. It's like someone took all the best parts of British Columbia and condensed them into 2 islands. And if you're worried about missing hockey, fear not. While it might not be as popular as rugby, ice hockey does exist in New Zealand. You might even find yourself cheering for the New Zealand Ice Blacks. Yes, that's really their national ice hockey team name. So, pack your hiking boots, brush up on your Lord of the Rings trivia, and get ready to experience Canada 2.0, now with 100% more hobbits. Number 9, Ireland. Next up, we're crossing the pond to the Emerald Isle. Ireland, where the grass is green, the Guinness is fresh, and the crack is mighty. Canadians can enjoy up to 90 days of visa-free shenanigans in Ireland. That's 3 whole months to perfect your Irish accent, explore ancient castles, and figure out what exactly goes into black pudding. Now, you might be thinking, but isn't Ireland just rainy and full of potatoes? Well, yes, but isn't that part of its charm? Plus, as Canadians, we're no strangers to unpredictable weather and starchy comfort foods. In fact, you might find the Irish climate refreshingly mild compared to our winter wonderland. The Irish share our love for self-deprecating humor, friendly banter, and, of course, a good pint. You'll find that striking up a conversation in a local pub is easier than finding maple syrup in a Canadian supermarket. Just be prepared for some good-natured ribbing about your accent. Apparently, we sound queer different to Irish ears. And let's not forget the stunning landscapes. From the rugged cliffs of Maher to the lush countryside, Ireland offers views that'll have you saying, "Gosh, this almost looks like the East Coast, if the East Coast was really, really old and full of sheep." The Ring of Kerry could give the Cabot Trail a run for its money, and the Giant's Causeway will make you feel like you've stepped onto another planet. For history buffs, Ireland is a treasure trove. With castles, ancient monasteries, and Neolithic sites older than the pyramids, you'll get your fill of old stuff that makes our historical sites look like they were built yesterday. And if you're worried about the food, don't be. While you might not find poutine, you'll discover a whole new world of comfort food. From hearty Irish stews to fresh seafood, and let's not forget the bread, Irish soda bread might just become your new obsession. So grab your raincoat, practice your top of the morning, and get ready to experience the luck of the Irish, Canadian style. Number 8, Australia. Day, mate. Let's throw another shrimp on the barbie and talk about Australia, shall we? Australia and Canada go together like maple syrup and pancakes. We're both part of the Commonwealth, we both have vast, largely uninhabited areas, theirs is a desert, ours is a frozen tundra, potato, and we both have a healthy fear of our local wildlife. The best part? Australians offer Canadians a working holiday visa for up to 2 years. That's 730 days to perfect your surf skills, learn to differentiate between venomous and non-venomous creatures, and figure out what exactly Vegemite is supposed to taste like. Now, I know what you're thinking, but isn't Australia just hot Canada? Well, yes and no. Sure, they have endless sunshine and beach life, sorry, prairie dwellers, but they also have unique cultural quirks that'll keep you on your toes. For instance, their football is round, their birds laugh instead of singing, and they have a surprising number of words for flip-flops. But fear not, fellow Canucks. Your S will quickly transform into mates, your tokes into a kubras, and before you know it, you'll be cheering for the Wallabies like you were born in the outback. Australia's cities are a mix of laid-back beach vibes and cosmopolitan culture. Sydney's iconic Opera House and Harbour Bridge will make you forget all about Toronto's CN Tower, while Melbourne's cafe culture and street art scene will have you feeling right at home if you're from Vancouver or Montreal. For the nature lovers, Australia offers experiences you can't get at home. Dive the Great Barrier Reef, explore the ancient Daintree rainforest, or take a road trip across the Nullarbor Plain. It's like Canada's wilderness, but with more things trying to kill you, just kidding, sort of. And let's talk about the people. Aussies and Canadians share a similar sense of humor, self-deprecating, sarcastic, and always up for a laugh. You'll find making friends as easy as finding a kangaroo in the outback. So pack your sunscreen, lots of it, practice saying, no worries, and get ready to experience Canada's sun-soaked, upside-down cousin. Number 7, Costa Rica. Pura vida, amigos. Let's take a trip to the land of sloths, surfing, and year-round summer, Costa Rica. Now, I know what you're thinking, isn't Costa Rica a bit tropical for us Canadians? Well, my igloo-dwelling friends, that's precisely the point. Costa Rica offers us snow-weary Canucks 90 days of visa-free tropical bliss. That's 3 months to thaw out, work on your tan, and learn that not all ice is meant for hockey. Costa Rica's Pura Vida lifestyle meshes beautifully with our Canadian friendliness. It's like they took our politeness, added a heavy dose of relaxation, and sprinkled it with beach sand. You'll find yourself saying, sorry, less and Pura Vida more before you can say, pass the sunscreen, eh? For our nature-loving Canadian souls, Costa Rica is an ecotourism paradise. From lush rainforests to active volcanoes, it's like someone took the best parts of British Columbia and cranked up the heat. You can zipline through the canopy, spot toucans instead of loons, and realize that polar bear dips are much more enjoyable when the water isn't actually polar. Costa Rica is also a surfer's paradise. Whether you're a pro or a beginner, you'll find waves to suit your style. And if surfing isn't your thing, don't worry, there's plenty of yoga, hiking, and beach lounging to keep you occupied. For the foodies among us, Costa Rica offers a whole new world of flavors. From gallo pinto, rice and beans, for breakfast to fresh ceviche for lunch, your taste buds will be doing the salsa. And let's not forget about the coffee, it's so good, you might forget about Timmy's altogether, gasp. Costa Rica is also leading the way in sustainable tourism, which should appeal to our eco-conscious Canadian hearts. You can stay in eco-lodges, visit wildlife sanctuaries, and even volunteer on organic farms. So, trade in your parka for board shorts, your maple syrup for gallo pinto, and get ready to experience the pure life, Canadian style. Just remember, in Costa Rica, hockey refers to the stick you use to knock down coconuts. Number 6, Germany. Guten Tag, mein kanadischen Freund. Let's raise a stein to Germany, where efficiency meets fun, and where Canadians can enjoy 90 days of visa-free bratwurst-fueled adventures. Now, you might be wondering, what makes Germany so Canadian-friendly? Well, let me tell you, it's not just because they appreciate our ability to handle cold weather, although that doesn't hurt. First off, Germany's love for beer rivals our own. From Oktoberfest to countless local brews, you'll feel right at home. Just remember, when they say, "Ein Maß Bier," they're not talking about your hockey skates, it's a liter of beer. Secondly, Germany's efficiency will make you feel like you're in a very punctual, very clean version of Canada. Their trains run on time, their recycling system is impeccable, and they have more types of bread than we have names for snow. It's like Canada, but with better autobahns and more sauerkraut. For job-seeking Canucks, Germany offers strong economic ties and plenty of opportunities. Whether you're into automotive engineering or pretzel twisting, there's likely a job for you. Plus, many Germans speak excellent English, so you can save your high school German for ordering schnitzel. Germany's cities offer a perfect blend of history and modernity. From Berlin's street art and techno clubs to Munich's beer gardens and traditional architecture, you'll find a city to suit your style. And let's not forget about the Christmas markets. It's like someone took the best parts of a Canadian winter and added mulled wine and gingerbread. For nature lovers, Germany's Black Forest and Bavarian Alps will make you feel right at home. You can hike, ski, or simply enjoy the view with a slice of Black Forest cake. It's like Banff, but with more castles and less chance of running into a grizzly bear. And speaking of castles, let's not forget about the stunning castles, picturesque villages, and beautiful forests. It's like someone took the best parts of Quebec City and sprinkled them all over a country. Neuschwanstein Castle might just make you forget all about Chateau Frontenac. So dust off your lederhosen, practice your Prost, and get ready to experience Canada's European doppelganger. Just don't mention the 2010 Olympics hockey results, eh? Number 5, Japan. Konnichiwa, Canucks. Let's take a journey to the land of the rising sun, where Canadians can enjoy 90 days of visa-free sushi, sumo, and surprisingly familiar hospitality. Now, you might be thinking, Japan? Isn't that a bit different from Canada? Well, yes and no. Sure, you won't find poutine or hockey rinks on every corner, but Japan and Canada have more in common than you might think. First off, Japan is clean, safe, and efficient, just like home. You'll find the trains run on time, and by on time, we mean down to the second. The streets are spotless, and the technology is so advanced you'll feel like you've stepped into the future. It's like Canada, but with more robots and fewer moose. Secondly, Japan has a deep appreciation for nature, just like us. From cherry blossom viewing to autumn leaf peeping, Japanese people love their seasons almost as much as we do. The main difference? Their extreme winter sports involve soaking in hot springs rather than plunging into frozen lakes. But here's the kicker, Japan has a fascinating love affair with Canadian culture. They're obsessed with and of Green Gables, there's even a theme park, they import our maple syrup by the barrel, and they think our politeness is adorable. It's like being a celebrity, but for saying sorry and holding doors open. Japan's cities are a perfect blend of ancient traditions and futuristic technology. Tokyo's neon-lit streets and high-tech gadgets will make you feel like you've stepped into a sci-fi movie, while Kyoto's temples and gardens offer a peaceful retreat. It's like visiting Montreal and Banff in the same day, but with more sushi. Speaking of food, Japan is a foodie's paradise. From world-class sushi to hearty ramen, and from crispy tempura to savory okonomiyaki, your taste buds will be doing a happy dance. And let's not forget about the vending machines, you can get everything from hot coffee to full meals at the push of a button. For the pop culture fans, Japan is a dream come true. Whether you're into anime, manga, video games, or just quirky gadgets, you'll find yourself in otaku heaven. It's like Fan Expo Canada, but it's the whole country. And let's not forget about the food. Sure, it's not poutine, but have you tried okonomiyaki? It's like a savory pancake topped with everything but the kitchen sink. It's the closest thing you'll get to a Canadian breakfast without crossing the Pacific. So, pack your chopsticks, practice your bow, and get ready to experience the most polite culture clash of your life. Just remember, in Japan, is pronounced ne, but it means pretty much the same thing. Number 4, the Netherlands. Hello, Canadians. Let's hop on our bikes and pedal over to the Netherlands, where the tulips are plenty, the canals are picturesque, and Canadians can enjoy 90 days of visa-free Dutch delights. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the Netherlands so great for Canadians? Well, strap on your bicycle helmet and let me tell you. First off, the Dutch love their bikes almost as much as we love our cars. Cities like Amsterdam and Utrecht are more bike-friendly than a Tour de France afterparty. It's like Vancouver, but flatter and with more windmills. You'll feel right at home zipping around on 2 wheels. Just remember to ring your bell instead of saying, sorry, when you pass someone. Secondly, the Dutch share our progressive values. They're open-minded, environmentally conscious, and they believe in work-life balance. It's like someone took the best parts of Canadian culture and squeezed them into a country the size of southern Ontario. Let's not forget about the food. While you might miss your Timbits, you'll quickly fall in love with stroopwafels and bitterballen. And don't even get me started on the cheese. It's like someone took all the best parts of Quebec's cheese culture and made it even cheesier. The Netherlands is also a hub for art and culture. From the Van Gogh Museum to the Anne Frank House, history and creativity are around every corner. It's like visiting the AGO, but with more Rembrandts and fewer group of 7 paintings. For nature lovers, the Netherlands might seem a bit flat compared to our Rocky Mountains, but don't be fooled. The tulip fields in spring are a sight to behold, and the coastal dunes offer beautiful hiking opportunities. Plus, you can always take a quick train ride to the Alps if you're really missing those mountain views. And let's talk about that famous Dutch directness. At first, it might seem a bit jarring to our polite Canadian sensibilities, but you'll soon appreciate the refreshing honesty. It's like someone took our passive-aggressive sorry and turned it into a straightforward no. Plus, the Dutch have a special place in their hearts for Canadians. We helped liberate their country in World War II, and they've been sending us tulips ever since. It's like having a pen pal, but instead of letters, they send flowers. So, pack your wooden shoes, just kidding, bring normal shoes, brush up on your Godemorgen, and get ready to experience Canada's European mini-me. Just remember, coffee shop doesn't mean quite the same thing there as it does here. Number 3, United Kingdom. Hello, what's all this then? Let's hop across the pond to the United Kingdom, where Canadians can enjoy a jolly good time for up to 6 months without a visa. That's half a year to perfect your British accent, explore ancient castles, and figure out what exactly goes into a proper full English breakfast. Now, you might be thinking, but isn't the UK just Canada with different accents and worse weather? Well, yes and no. Sure, we share a monarch, a love for tea, and an inexplicable appreciation for standing in queues, but there's so much more to discover. First off, the history. Canada may be celebrating its 155th birthday, but in the UK, that's considered breaking news. You'll find castles older than our entire country, pubs that have been serving Alesh since before Europeans knew North America existed, and traditions that make our Solemn League and Covenant look like last week's hockey scores. Secondly, the cultural familiarity is off the charts. From watching BBC shows to reading Shakespeare in high school, we've grown up with British culture. It's like visiting your eccentric great-aunt who insists on driving on the wrong side of the road and calling cookies biscuits. The UK's cities offer a perfect blend of old and new. London's iconic landmarks and world-class museums will keep you busy for weeks, while Edinburgh's charming old town will make you feel like you've stepped back in time. And let's not forget about the countryside. The Lake District in the Scottish Highlands will remind you of home, just with more sheep and fewer bears. For sports fans, the UK is a dream come true. From Premier League football to Wimbledon tennis, you'll find world-class sports events year-round. And if you're missing hockey, you can always catch an ice hockey game, just don't expect NHL-level play. And let's not forget about the food. Sure, you might miss your poutine, but have you tried a proper Sunday roast? Or real fish and chips? It's like comfort food, but with more gravy and mushy peas. And don't even get me started on the curries. the UK's Indian food scene is top-notch. Plus, the Brits love Canadians. We're like the polite, well-behaved cousins who come to visit and don't cause a fuss. Just don't mention the War of 1812, and you'll be golden. So, pack your wellies, that's rain boots to us, practice your cheers, mate, and get ready to experience the motherland of our motherland. Just remember, in the UK, rubber is an eraser, not, well, you know. Avoid that awkward conversation at Tesco, eh? Number 2, France. Bonjour, mes amis Canadians. Let's say, oui to France, where Canadians can indulge in 90 days of visa-free baguettes, berets, and beautiful countryside. Now, I know what you're thinking, but don't the French hate everyone? Au contraire, mon frère. The French have a soft spot for Canadians, especially if you can parler un peu de français. It's like being the favorite cousin at a family reunion. They might complain about everyone else, but you're golden. First off, France appreciates our bilingualism. While your high school French might not get you through a philosophical debate, it'll certainly earn you some brownie points, or should I say, points de croissant? Plus, there's a large Canadian expat community, especially in Paris. It's like finding a Tim Hortons in the middle of the Champs-Élysées. Secondly, the French share our appreciation for the finer things in life. Good food, good wine, and long lunch breaks are not just enjoyed, they're practically mandatory. It's like someone took the best parts of Quebec, added a few centuries of history, and sprinkled it with extra cheese and wine. Speaking of food, France is a culinary paradise. From flaky croissants to savory coq au vin, your taste buds will be doing the can-can. And let's not forget about the wine. With over 200 varieties, you might need to extend your stay just to try them all. And let's talk about that history. Canada may have some old buildings, but France has entire villages that are older than our country. It's like walking through a living museum, but with better cafes and more smoking. From the iconic Eiffel Tower to the majestic Palace of Versailles, history buffs will be in heaven. France's diverse landscapes will make you feel right at home. The French Alps will remind you of the Rockies, the lavender fields of Provence will make you forget all about the prairies, and the beaches of the French Riviera, well, those are just a bonus. For art lovers, France is a dream come true. The Louvre, Musée d'Orsay, and countless other museums and galleries will keep you busy for months.